September 11th is a solemn anniversary. 18 years later, we still remember the toll from that terrible day. Nearly 3,000 Americans lost their lives in the attacks on the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and United Flight 93. But every American experienced the pain of loss that day. Just as we mourn the innocent lives lost, we also remember the heroism of our first responders who ran toward danger and death to help their fellow Americans. Out of the ashes of that terrible tragedy arose a strength and unity that the whole world came to admire. September 11th altered the course of our nation's history in a blaze of fire and smoke. And for so many Americans, it altered the course of our lives. Our fighting men and women deployed overseas just weeks later and remain in the fight today. So many Americans joined them, enlisting to defend our nation. Young kids who witnessed firefighters rush into the burning towers grew up and themselves joined units with old-fashioned names like Engine and Ladder. A generation of intelligence officers dedicated themselves to preventing another 9/11, and they have, and they still do. And our lives continued to be altered because the consequences of September 11th are still with us. The attacks of 18 years ago continue to claim new victims as first responders and others succumb to injuries and illnesses that trace back to that morning. The al-Qaeda terrorists who attacked us are bloodied yet undefeated, while the Taliban terrorists who gave them safe haven threaten to regain control in Afghanistan. Most tragic of all, our brave soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines continue to fall in the line of duty in defense of our country. Just last week, Army Sergeant First Class LSA Berto Ortiz was killed on the battlefield in Afghanistan. September 11th is his story too, a story of valor and sacrifice. So the story of September 11th continues to unfold many years after the fact. May its memory strengthen our resolve to continue fighting the enemies of freedom, and may we never, ever forget.